All right. Hi, everyone. Sorry for the little hiccup there with Facebook Live to begin, but we are now live on Facebook and we are now recording um, our bi-weekly strategic partner education moment series. This week featuring Dennis Michael, owner of Wake Creative, as he's going to talk to us about the importance of creating a personal brand, especially in the real estate market, while of course still following RICA and franchise slash brokerage guidelines, because those two
Absolutely.
are kind of important. But equally as important is making sure that you can stand out in a crowd and be the top realtor of mind or of choice when people are thinking real estate and needing to buy or sell. So thank you so much, Dennis, for joining us today. I'm going to now pass it off to you. So feel free, tell us a little bit about who you are and how we can improve.
Sure. So let me start my screen here. All right. So I'm Dennis Michael. I am the owner of Wake Creative, and thank you, Alex, for having me today. So I want to ask your real estate agents, how do you stand out in the real estate market? How do you grab your dream client's attention? And how do you attract more of them? Well, today I'm going to teach you the fundamentals of brand perception and standing out in a very busy crowd of agents. And here's the thing you may not even realize. Very few agents are actually doing this. So again, my name is Dennis Michael. I'm the owner of Wake Creative. I specialize in logo design and brand development for personal brands, small and medium-sized businesses. And since 2010, I've helped over a dozen real estate individuals, teams, and mortgage brokers create their own personal brand. Now, I want to point something out to you before we even begin. It is important to note that each one of you is unique and has their own brand. Your personality, your sales techniques, your experience are all unique to you, and as such, has its own unique presence. Now, before I begin into getting into what you can do and how you can create a better brand perception, I want to do a small exercise with you to show you how the power of perception works so that you understand what I mean. So say you're in the market to hiring a roofing company and someone said to you, hey, I got these two companies I've worked with. They're amazing. Their work is detailed. They go above and beyond for the customer, but they're not the cheapest company out there. Which one would you choose first? Why? And when you think about your choice, what is running through your mind at that very moment? Are you thinking cheap, expensive, don't know if I could trust this company, these guys look credible? What's going on through your mind? This is the power of perception. So if you want to make money, you have to market your services. And in order to market your services, you have to create perception. See, humans are visual creatures, and our eyes work first before any other sense. 90% of the information transmitted to the brain is visual. Now, our brains process visual information 60,000 times faster than text. And neuromarketing all says this. So how do you stand out? How do you stand out in the Alberta real estate market? What is in your control? You can control these four areas: your intent, your identity, your target audience, and your belief. And I'm going to show you how to take control of all these. So great clients are changing and they're looking for more than a simple transaction. Now, long before the pandemic, I was preaching all of this, and I'm seeing a shift in consumer behavior that is happening right now at an accelerated pace where customers are aligning themselves with brands that move forward with purpose. Now, you guys are all in the relationship business, and if a customer doesn't trust you or like you, they're not going to hire you. Now, you can shorten the gap of connecting yourself with great clients by communicating who you are and why you do it. because people don't buy what you sell, they buy why you sell it. And to figure out who you are and why you do it, start with understanding your why. Now, Simon Sinek wrote this amazing book called Start With Why. And he has a follow-up exercise on his website where you can create your own why, your own purpose. See, when you create your purpose, this allows you to have a cohesive voice, set a trend for future marketing, connect with your clients, rally team members, attain your goals, and stay focused and have that why be your guiding light forever while you're a real estate agent. Now, I preach about this all the time because I actually went through this journey myself about 5-6 years ago. I came across Simon Sinek's TED Talk of Golden Circle, and I was like, okay, I knew there was something missing in my business and I needed to figure out what it was. And when I saw this, I was like, this is it. So I went ahead and did the exercise myself and figured out my purpose to inspire others so they can create continued success. Now, this was an absolute game changer for me and my company because it allowed me to align all of my marketing messaging towards my purpose. And it also set up my how, what makes me unique. It allowed me to create and craft key selling points that separated myself from everybody else. And I encourage all of you to do the same thing as well. So knowing your intent, purpose, or why is important. But the next piece of creating the right perception is also very important. So here's another thing that many agents do not do, and they don't create a personal brand. So when you actually take the time to create a well thought out personal brand, you have instantly joined the top 2% of agents in the region. So your logo, your business card, your print materials, your photos, website, car wrap, signs, everything. All of this is going to help you stand out from everyone else. So 5 years later, Nicola is killing it with her brand. So 5 years ago, she came to me and asked me to do her personal brand. And after it was all done, she took what I created and she has increased her own revenue. It helped her increase her confidence. It gave her a clear message of who she was and what she needed to do to attract more of the same clients she desired. And all that attention got her speaking opportunities, networking partners, social media followings, website traffic, and most importantly, more clients. So if you want to create an identity, you have access to a lot of places and people to help you do that. If you want to create a great return on investment, if you want to do the identity side, please hire someone to design your personal brand. Don't do it yourself. Because what a professional will do is will deliver an end result that will connect you with your clients from an unbiased perspective. You will get inside your head first, and it will take you much longer time to develop a personal brand that will be off the mark. So take the time, hire somebody to do it for you. Now, you can spend $50 or you can spend thousands of dollars to get a personal brand. In any case, you need to determine your worth and what you want to achieve before you hire anyone. So what are your long-term vision? What are your revenue goals? You can hire somebody from a spec site that will give you a personal brand for anywhere between $100 to $500, or you can hire a professional designer that will give you a one-of-a-kind personal brand that will serve you for the rest of your career. There are tons of options out there. Just remember, you get what you pay for. But this is not all that you need in order to create proper perception. You need to also understand who you want to target. So who are they? Are they families, students, nurses, doctors, lawyers? Do they live in Glenora, downtown, Clairview, the Hamptons? Are they buyers, sellers, both? Understanding your target audience allows you to choose the right colors for your brand, craft the right messages like your slogan, USPs, choose the right imagery for your social media, website, and print materials, and create a brand experience that is second to none. All of which to help you attract the right clients and deter the bad ones. So how do you do this? Well, create a target persona. And this will keep you focused on who you want to serve. And it also opens up ideas on creating a memorable brand experience when they hire you, allowing you to retain them and have them talk about you to everyone else. And we all know that word of mouth marketing is the best, most effective, cost-effective marketing out there. So put it on a piece of paper. Simple as that, outline who they are, what they do, where they live, how they behave, gender, marital status, race, all of that stuff. The finer the details you get, the better your marketing message will become. And it'll allow you to have that messaging be succinct and really zone in on who they are. But none of the success will come to you unless you believe in yourself. So it is very important to understand that creating your personal brand is not your silver bullet. It is not going to instantly solve all of your problems. What branding will do is add fuel to your fire. Now, if you do not take what's created for you and build on it with belief, confidence, patience, and perseverance, all of it is created for nothing. So in that list of people that I've helped, there have been a couple people that I've done work with that have done nothing with the branding that I created for them. And they thought it was something they needed, not what they wanted. See, because they lacked the belief in themselves and the patience to take what was created and put in the work to build awareness through marketing. They wasted their money because they didn't believe in themselves. Now, that's a very, very fine, small percentage of people that I've worked with. But just understand that it is not your silver bullet. It is fuel to your fire. So you need to believe in yourself and see personal branding as the next piece in your evolution as a real estate agent. So do you want to stand out? Do you want to charge what you're worth? Do you want to be trusted and credible? Do you want to attract the right clients? Do you want to be taken seriously? By focusing on these 4 areas, you too can create continued success. Think about your intent. Think about your identity. Think about your target audience, and think about your belief. Do all this, and really, there's no reason why you can't be one of the top performers in the Alberta region. That's it. Do you have any questions?
All right, I'm just going to take away. Do you have before we get to questions though, Dennis, do you have a screen that shows your, perfect. Let's leave that one up for a little bit.
Sounds good.
And then I will move your speaking into the middle and make you a little bigger to answer. So we do have a question. One is, would you be able to walk us through, if someone was to meet with you, can you walk through what your process is to develop and figure out what those stages are?
Yeah, I work differently from other logo designers out there. I have a very thorough discovery process that takes anywhere between 4 to 8 hours. I mean, we can compress it into one day if we work really diligently. I've created this awesome process that allows us to be on point and not waste any time. But that gives me all the necessary data on who that person is in order to craft the right personal brand for them that is going to be there for the rest of their real estate career. And then once that's done, then I get to the point of actually doing my research and then coming up with designs. And then from the designs, we give them a composition, have them take a look at it, tell them the whole story behind the logo and about all the other design pieces that are included, whatever the scope may be. And then, then from there, we just get the ball rolling. But that first initial phase is very important, that discovery phase.
Do they get a brand Bible afterwards?
No. Brand Bibles are, it depends on what you want to achieve. In some cases, a brand Bible is not going to serve you well. In other cases, it might. It all depends on the client, and I usually can figure that out pretty quickly in the first initial discovery if it's going to be worth their time. And worth their investment.
Okay. Does it matter if they're an individual or a team? Does it change the process and what all is involved?
No, no. But understanding what their future goal is, so say if they are an individual who wants to eventually be a team, is a good thing to know, because if they are going to be going that direction, then I will create a solution for them that will work for them as they grow and as they build their team, as opposed to doing something that is strictly individual. And that's the only real difference, is just understanding what their long-term goals are, so we can create a solution that's going to be long-term.
And finally, the last one, how often do you recommend that someone revisit their logo and brand to make sure that it's still on point?
You should evaluate it every year. I mean, I do this myself. I take like a 2 week sabbatical around Christmas, and all I do is I evaluate everything that I've done this year and make sure that if there are things that have changed in my business or, you know, personally, that it's going to be reflected through my business. Any real estate agent, just take a look. Like the example of Nicola. I mean, after 5 years, I mean, she's done some minor tweaks, but the key is, and a lot of this is, I think a lot of real estate agents forget, is always have good photography of yourself, updated photography. Don't work with photography that is 6 years younger than what you look today, because the worst situation you can get into is handing off a business card or somebody finding you on the internet, seeing a photo of you that was 6 years ago, you had a different hairdo, you had a different look completely, and then when they meet you, you're a completely different person. You don't want to create any brand confusion. So photographs for sure should be looked at and evaluated at least every year, and be reshot like every 2 years. Your logo design and stuff, if it's done well, you shouldn't have to touch it. Maybe there's a type change, typographical change. Maybe you want to use a different typeface. Maybe the messaging is a little bit different, but the core of your brand should always remain intact, because it is who you are.
Awesome. I'm gonna get rid of this share screen so we can see each other again.
Sure.
So, no, that was fantastic, Dennis. For those that don't know, Dennis also helped me out with my branding while I was looking at developing a team. So I know the process quite well, and I'm happy to share what was created for me for anyone that has questions about what it looks like. And I do have a brand Bible, so I could definitely share that. So you can reach out. But I would highly recommend, at least if you're looking at really growing your personal brand and really developing yourself while still keeping true to who you are and Maxwell's philosophy and vision, and the brokerage's vision, then Dennis understands both of those quite well. So Dennis, thank you so much for your time. It's been fantastic catching up with you. I should probably, well, I don't do the real estate through the team anymore, so my brand doesn't need the same tweaking as some others. But thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you hear from some of our agents.
Hey, and thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. It was great to see you again. We need to get out golfing.
See everyone. Have a great day.